For the 2021-2022 school year, the MEHRIT Center is releasing this year's version of the back to school resources. So come and join us. You have an opportunity to learn about the 5 look-fors of a Self-Reg haven, which are like North Stars, guiding lights, the things that we can begin to think about working towards and reflecting on, where are we at? How safe, from a neuroceptive safety perspective, which you'll learn about, what the difference is between just saying it's safe and neuroceptive safety, you'll learn about that. How connected and rooted do people feel to one another, to this context, to the school year? How balanced across 5 domains: biological, emotion, emotion balance, cognitive. Really important when we're trying to think of, okay, how do I get back to math, or where do I start with my literacy program or science? How capable do the students feel? How capable do the families feel? How capable do my staff, the team members feel? And what can I do differently? How can I look at this in a different way? And trust it. It's such an important part of developing a Self-Reg haven, which is really a space that is wired for well-being. So interconnections, we're all connected to one another, but thinking about wellness, inclusion, like genuine inclusion, not just co-location. How do we begin to think about everyone and all of the students, their families, and the staff at a school or within a school district, within a classroom context? How do we link from an inclusive perspective? How do we look for resilience? Where does resilience show up? And what does it tell us? Because it does not tell us about a lack of willpower where we don't see it. It tells us about excessive stress and not enough resources to manage that. Equity, huge. Every sense that you can think of. Anti-bias, anti-racism, thinking about every LGBTQ2S, diversity, neurodiversity. How do we actually bring that into our work, and what is the lens we can look at? And development, it's not just about maturation. It's not just, oh, he's 9 and so he should. How can we think about it in a different kind of way? And how do we recognize it's not linear? When we see teenagers and we're seeing things that we thought we saw, we might see in toddlers, why is it showing up, and how is it not about self-control? Such an important part of self-regulation, but such an important part of these 5 look-fors. And then we'll explore energy-centered teaching, which we talk about, Stuart Shanker and I talk about in the Self-Reg Schools Handbook. And it is 4 quadrants. It's a way of thinking about what are the actions you can take as a teacher, as a school team, that support in 4 quadrants. Protect, which is about safety and absolutely crucial. And we're talking neuroceptive safety, the brain's perception of safety. Connect, which is about relationships, the science of relationships, not just the idea. And what do we do when we don't have growth-promoting relationships? What do we do? What more can we do? Collect, which is about learning the science. Science has changed. That's why there's such a shift away from behaviors to approaches, because they worked okay, but we know more. And so we know more, and we need to live that and practice it. But it's also about looking at the strengths and interests and the needs, and recognizing at an individual level what we know, what we see, what we can do, how we can respond and connect. And the very last one is about detect, which leads us right into the 5 practices of Self-Reg, but it's specific to, okay, how can I stress detect here as a whole, this whole class, this whole school? What more can I do? How can I think about this differently? So come and join us, learn a little bit about Self-Reg, reflect on how important your work is, how thankful, how much gratitude I have and we have for all of you. Come and learn a little bit of the science and think about these 5 look-fors and energy-centered teaching and how it might support you in your work as you go back this fall.